Hello everyone and welcome back to the third episode of a Canva Masterclass. I hope all you're doing good. And in today's lecture, we'll be diving deeper into the typography and fonts in Canva. And don't worry, this will not be a theoretical lecture. It is packed with practical examples. And also we have covered some important topic. First, we will see what is typography, and then we will see some important key terms related to typography. Then we have different font categories and how text works in Canva using Canva apps, and also one personal question that if I'm starting my own brand, then what fonts and what colors I should choose. I always had this doubt, and so I've given a ChatGPT prompt for that. So this doubt will be cleared. This doubts will be cleared. So let's get started. So as we learned in a previous lecture that how creating contrast and changing an element size can grab a viewer's attention, and we can create a visual hierarchy with that. And similarly, typography is the technique of arranging this text and choosing the right font combination to grab a viewer's eyes and create a visual hierarchy. Typography is very important. It can also provoke certain emotions like different colors. So I have an example over here of a thank you card. And as you can see here, this font provokes an emotion of uncertainty, anxiety, like what is going to happen. This doesn't look as a thank you card. And I have another example with different font. And you can see this font creates a emotion of happiness, like a good intention. So this is how it can be used to provoke a certain emotion. And before diving in, I want you to understand the key terms of typography. Like we have a typeface and font. If you're into designing, you will regularly use these words or hear these words from other creators as well. So what is the difference between the typeface and the font? So for example, typeface is a family of font, and the font is a specific style within that family. For example, I have Montserrat. So Montserrat is a font family. So Montserrat is a typeface. And if I say a very specific style, if I give it a very specific style like Montserrat Bold or Montserrat Light, so this is a font now. So very simple to understand. And then we have some font categories. This is also a very important keyword, a very important key term of uh, very important key terms to understand. So if I press the letter T on my keyboard, I will get this. I will get this paragraph text. If you press R on your keyboard, you will get the square. If you press a C, you will get a circle. If you press L, you will get a line. So these are some few quick shortcuts of uh, Canva. So I have this paragraph text over here, and I will just duplicate this. Okay, so let's understand some font categories. So we have four font categories, and let's see the uses. So first one, if I click on this, if I click on this text, and on the top side we have a toolbar over here. Okay, we have a toolbar for different options. So if I click on the first one, I can choose I have an option to choose a particular font. So the first category is the serif one. So if I write serif, and I will get some options. So I will select the first one, and then I click on the second one. Again, I choose a sans serif. So our second category is sans serif, and I choose the first one. So if I zoom in a bit, so what difference you can see between these two fonts? Like one is serif, and other one is sans serif. So the difference you will see is this edges we have over here. The difference is this line edges we have after our letter, and on the other side if you see there are no line edges or this curvy edges. So sans means without. So sans serif means without serif. In serif fonts we have this curved line edges, and in sans serif font we don't have this line edges. The serif font is more formal, classic, and it is great for print. Like for example, we have Times New Roman, which is used in newspapers and other printing. And the serif font is more modern, minimalist, and it is used in digital ebooks. Okay, after this, we have the third font category, which is known as script. This is more of a handwritten style, like a cursive handwriting, which is used to highlight a text. Like it is a very creative and dancing text. And the last font category we have is a display one. This is mostly used in the hoardings, with the big hoardings. This is a very expressive font we have with the bold text. And these are the main four categories which are used everywhere you can see. So you always have to choose the fonts that align with your message and your branding, like what emotion you want to provoke. And this is a very important point that I want to highlight. If you're starting your own brand, if you're starting your own brand, so as we discovered how colors can provoke certain emotions, how this font can provoke certain emotions. So what if one question came to my mind? So what if I want to start my own brand? So what font I will use and what colors I will have a prompt for you. You can just paste it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will ask you a certain question, that what is your vision with your brand, and ChatGPT can give results according to it, and you can create your brand identity. Just grab this prompt and paste this over here. You will get this prompt in the description below, and I will just give it to ChatGPT, and it will ask some of the details related to your brand, like what does your brand do, what's your brand core values and missions, who is your target audience. As I said, it is very important question to know your purpose of designing before you start designing, like who is your target audience, who you want to target, and what is your brand value. So you will get this prompt. I want you to try this. You will get this prompt in the description. So as you can see, I have given some answers, and it has given me a color palette, like what colors I can choose. And it has also given me a font combination. The primary font, it has given me a flat display. This is a serif font. And then we have is Montserrat. It's a clean sans serif font. So why this combination? It has also given me that why this combination, and it has explained me why he have chosen this colors and font combination. So please try this, and let's come back to our main topic. And this is a very important topic now, that is font pairing. A very important rule before we go into for pairing fonts, that you never use more than two, maximum three fonts in a single design. When you see a brand, you will never see more than two fonts working, never two fonts in a single post. I see many banners and many creators create that readability. Like, some banners which have, for example, a red computer classes banner, or that pamphlets which have lots of information loaded, and it doesn't create a visual hierarchy. Like this is still better, this is still clear. If you can see here, like coming soon, 50% off HI computer, like so many fonts, so many colors, so many highlighted text we have. So my attention, the viewer's attention doesn't go to font pairing. Like what exactly is font pairing and why we needed this? So for example, on the first slide, I have text over here, and then we have the small text. So viewers' attention will first go to this information, and then it will go to this information. So that is why we use two different we have to pair these two different fonts to provoke a certain emotion. So for example, let's just take a luxury design. I will just search over here luxury, and when I go on the first one, wow, this looks so good. This looks so luxurious and aesthetic. This looks so aesthetic. in itself. Like you can see how the first font, the main heading, the main title is used, and then we have the other information or the subheading, and then my attention goes to here. So this is what I want to explain. For a brand, it is so important to choose a right font. So how you can do font pairing effectively. So remember, I explained you the four categories: the serif, the sans serif, the script, and the display. So the rule is you can pair the opposite. Like we say, the opposite attracts. Similarly, in font also this works like the opposite attracts. So you can use one serif font with a sans serif font. You can use one script font with a serif font or with a sans serif font. You can use a display font. You can use a display font with a sans serif font. So let's understand it better. So I have some pre-built fonts for you to make it understand better. So the heading, the main title I have is the serif font with a sans serif font. So this creates a for perfect font pairing. By the way, I have to make you understand this. Also, again, a very important topic. So in the world of fonts or in the world of typography, we have this three. So in the world of typography, we have this three data or three information. The number one is known as the heading or the title. The second one is known as the subheading, where your other information comes. And the third one is known as the body copy, where you write big paragraph. So if I go to text on the left hand side, if I go to the text one, you have is add a heading, add a subheading, and add a little bit of body text. So this is the three classification of this text. So here what I want to say is that two script font cannot go together. So you have to mix this classification. So serif and one sans serif font, you can combine this together. You can do also we can play with the same typeface or with the same font family. Like for example, here we have used the Canva Sans Display Bold, and here we have used the Canva Sans Regular. So this will go perfectly with each other. We will also discover some sites to help you better understand this or to help you better font pairing. And then the third example, you can also use the same super family. Like we have Noto Serif and then we have the Noto Sans. This is a sans serif and this is a serif font. So you can work with the opposites one. So let's see some sites, let's see some websites which can help you to download the fonts, which can help you to discover, which can help you to discover some fonts, which can help you to font pairing. So number one site, now the first site we have is Font Joy, which can help you to generate font pairing if you are very confused with what exactly you have to do. So here we have the example like the font pairing made simple, font combinations with deep learning. Okay. So the first font we have is a Montserrat font, and then we have is Laura. So you can clearly see, so this is a serif font and this is a sans serif font. If you're still confused, you can go to ChatGPT. I have given the prompt to you. But if you're still confused, you can just take a screenshot and you can go to ChatGPT and ask him, I have this font combination. How will this work for my vision or for my brand? So more contrast. Okay, let's just try to click on generate and let's see what we get. Oh, okay. So when I just uh, put this to more contrast or balance contrast, let's see high contrast, what we will get in high contrast. Okay. We got playfair display and we get Canterville. So, so playfair display, by the way, for my brand, it suggested me playfair display, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it suggested me playfair display and Montserrat. So let's try this combination. I hope this will allow us to change the font we have. So we have Montserrat. Okay, perfect. So for my brand, ChatGPT has suggested me Playfair Display and a Montserrat font. So I just take the screenshot and I will go to ChatGPT whether this is the right font. Okay, let's just see what chat. Yes, this font pairing could work well for Lucky Jewels. So I have choose for a jewelry brand to show luxurious feel. Headline: the serif typeface with italic touch conveys elegance. Okay. Then we have the body font as the modern sans serif. The clean sans serif font below add a contemporary, minimal, and readable feel. Okay, this combination is a great choice. And I can ask him to can you show how this will look on a jewelry piece? Can you create an image? Let's see. I'm trying this for the first time. I can generate image showing. Okay, please generate. Let's see what it will create with this font. Attack card. How this font pairing will look on the jewelry piece. You can try this, or you can try this in Canva as well. Okay, okay. This is not what we were looking for, but okay. Okay, I will try this in Canva. I will select this text and I will write here Playfair Display. And I get the first option as Playfair Display. And the second I have to select is Montserrat. So I will select the Montserrat font. And as you can see, this is how it is looking, and this is going really well. I hope this will go with the luxury brand. And so, what if, as you saw, I searched the font in Canva like Playfair Display, but what if I write something else and you see the result as we couldn't find any results? So, what if ChatGPT has given you a font and you can't see it in Canva? So how we can download it and upload it in Canva? So I will go to Google and I will write as Playfair Display and I will click enter. You will get many sites to download this fonts for free. So I will go to Playfair Display. The first site, that is Google Fonts. And as you can see here, we can see one example that how this font will look. You can type your own. I guess you can type here. You can type your own text. You can type your own text over here and see how it will look in this font. And you just have to go to get font and you can just download the Playfed display. It's very simple. And then after downloading this, you have to unzip it. Let's just unzip. Okay, I have unzipped. And then we have the Playfair display, the TTF. You will just install it in your device. Okay, you will just install this on your device. Now here comes a very important part, how to upload this in Canva. To add your brand fonts and on the top you can see font and here you have a plus icon. You will click on this, upload a font, add new and you will upload the Playfair display font in Canva. Please confirm yes, upload anyway and this was the step to upload any font in Canva. So now what if I have a doubt? Oh, so now once you have uploaded, you can just search it over here. You will get this font. So what if I have a doubt over here? So what if I don't know what this font is? So for example, you may be browsing somewhere on Pinterest or on or other side. You see one social media post and you love the font and you want to know what font is this. So how can I search? So you just take a screenshot of this font and now I will go to Google and I will search what the font, what the font, and you will go to the font finder and you will just paste your screenshot over here and you will click to search and this will identify the font for you. And once after identifying the font, you can download this from Google. Wow, you can see the boss seller, you can get clever So you can see many examples and you can select ones which is very closer to the screenshot. So once you see this, you can see from 9 USD. You can just go to Google and you will write clever regular font download for free. And you will get many sites to download it for free. Download it, upload this in Canva. That's it. So we had this very amazing sites to help you with. Also, you can go to Canva font combinations. So you can see some already pre-built Canva font combinations. For example, let's go to the first site and yeah, and you can see what works for you, and you can see some design publication font combination. So you can see some already pre-selected font combinations over here, and you can see some example like for interior design you can choose this font. For example, for travel, you can choose this font. For fashion, retail font combination, Papers New and Montserrat. And then there are many sophisticated style, the Laura font, the font page font combination. So I will give this link in the description below so you can see what font combination you can use. For digital ebooks, you can see the technology, the Roboto is being used, and for the art gallery, Cooper Hewitt font is used. So this is also an amazing resource for you. I will give the link in the description. After this, let me just take you to the Canva text editing style, how you can edit your own text in Canva. This is also very important. On the left hand side, when you go to the text, you have some option of add your text box. I give you a shortcut to add a heading, add a subheading, a body copy. Also, you have apps. So we will discover all of this. So here I have a text over here. Okay. So here I have a text. So when I click on this text, I have this toolbar over here. I have this toolbar over here. On the left hand side, we have a font. You can select a font. From here you can increase or decrease the size. You can increase or decrease the size directly from here. And then we have a text color option to you. One more reminder, we do not have a gradient text selector in Canva, but we have an app for it. We will get to this in detail. You can select a color over here. We have a color wheel. We have a color selector option over here. You can just directly write your code to get the color, and then we have an option to make it bold, to make it italic, to make it underlined. Then we have strike through. Then we have a uppercase or a smaller case. Then we have alignment, that is left alignment, center alignment, or justify. Then we have a list, a numbering tool. Then wow, this is also very important. That is letter spacing, and another one, that is line spacing. And this is very important. Like as we studied the design principles to create that white space to make it very clear. And then we have the transparency option, and then we have the effects, the very important option in Canva, that is effects. Like for what it is being used, this can be used for purpose. For multiple purpose, you can add a background, you can change its color. And I'm not just, there is also curve. I'm not just going to just show it to you. We will look at its practical uses, how and where it can be used. Okay, so let's just see where all these effects are being used in the real world. So I have decided to take you some real life examples that where these effects are being used in some banners or movie posters. So, for example, on the left hand side, we have this Piku, and when I zoom this a bit, you can see a dark shadow or a dark something, a dark shadow around the text. So this is used when you are working with a sky element. So for example, if I take a sky and I go to photos and I will just paste this over here and I will just apply this as a background and I will write over here the Piku. We are not going into the font right now. I will just click on this. I will click on this font, go to effects, and I will go to the left one. So you can see how it creates a very subtle and very light shadow around the text. And you can of course increase the intensity or decrease the intensity according to it. Uh, okay, so next, let's go to another. Let's see some another poster. And okay, okay. So as you can see in this movie poster, we have a white. We have three different the red one, then we have the white shadow, then we have the black shadow. So this can be used in the shadow one. So if I go to shadow and if I can select the color to pink or the red one, I will get the exact shadow. You can of course increase the intensity. You can change the direction where you want to get this direction. You can of course adjust the offset and then you can adjust the blur option. So this can be used for the shadow one. Let's see some another example. Uh, Oh wow, this is also a great example. You can see Ye Jawani Ye Diwani and you can see some underlined red color. The top of the underlined red color. This can also be done to the shadow. But you can do this with the splice one. You can do this with the echo one. Wow, the echo is also great option. You can see the three colors, the three echo, it's echoing. Okay. Let's see another example. Okay, here you can see the Chennai Express. It has border around the text. So you can add a border around or we can say it as outline. And of course you can change the color and you can select the thickness of it. And you can adjust the thickness of the outline. Perfect, perfect. Wow. And then we have okay, in Javimet you can see there is no effects or no effects is being used. And what we can do, what we can see, uh, okay, is this right? No. By the way, I always come to Pinterest for inspiration. Pinterest is a great tool for your inspiration. Okay, never mind. We have one last effect, and that is the glow one. I think the glow one is mostly used where you have to highlight like a party one. For example, if I search party over here, you can use the glow text effect for make it look brighter and give that party effect to give that light effect. So this was with the party effect. Then we have a background. So on Instagram story, if you've seen, we use this. People use this for you can adjust the roundness, you can adjust the spread, you can adjust the transparency, and this is how the background is used. You can of course change the color of this. Then we have the curve text. Wow, then we have the curve text in Canva. You can adjust the curveness and this was it. This is also amazing. Okay, so let's do something practical in Canva. So I am designing a poster. So I have an image in the right hand side and I have some text boxes, some text elements on my left side with the same size without any design effects or colors. So let's try to make it visually appealing and according to the visual hierarchy. Remember the first the viewer's attention should be here. First, the viewer's attention should go here, then on this, and then on this. So this is basically an Wikipedia article. So we have to make it visually appealing. So first I will just increase the size of the first text, which should be the main heading. And I will use the rulers and guides of Canva. If you are not aware, in the last lecture, I've told you about this. Go to file, go to settings, and then enable this feature. So you can enable this feature so you will get this grid lines to arrange and align your elements properly. I think left side we don't need much space, so I will just shift the whole content to the left, and I will place this line. Oh, so now, so for example, if I'm zooming in and zooming out using control and my scroll and my mouse scroll, so I can easily zoom in and zoom out. You can do it from here, but it's more easier with your mouse and control. Okay, so this is the heading, this is the subheading, so I will keep this a bit bigger, and then this is the other article. Okay, so I have to, so first I will change its color to black, and I will to change all. So now I will use any two fonts for this. So first I will go to the ultimate guide of font pairing. I've given the link in the description, and I will find a good font for travel or something. Maybe Babus New Montserrat will go well. Let's try with Babus New and Montserrat. So I will Babus Babus New. I'm not sure if this will go with this thing. I will make it bigger, decrease the size between, and I will change this to Montserrat. Montserrat. Okay, so it's already looking better from the previous one. So what you can, if it gets really confusing for you, so what you can do is go to the left toolbar, go to the text, and when you scroll down, you can see some text, some font combinations over here. So you can just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and you will see this font combinations over here. So you can try with them, you can play with them. Also, you can go to the ultimate guide of Canva, and you can choose the fonts from here. And you can go to Font Joy as well to take inspiration of the font combinations. You can go to ChatGPT as well. So, and also one more thing, one more very interesting thing that we have in Canva is when you scroll up, you have a magic write feature. Now, what is magic write feature? It is Canva's own AI. Like for example, I will just click to list 20 interview questions for social media, 5-point outline essay about the history of design, and I will click to generate, and it will give me this text. And also one more thing, when I click on this text and I will click on the magic write feature, you will be able to see bunch of options, like you can change the voice, you can make it more formal, make it more fun, you can make it more fun, you can make it short, you can make it more big. If you have any spelling error, it can rewrite, custom prompt, generative quiz. There are a bunch of options to play with, to try with. And also, as I said, we don't have a gradient option in Canva, so you can wish you were here. I will just enter, and I will just change its font to Papers New. Okay, I have changed the font to Papers New, and from here I can change its color to a more. I can select the color. I will keep this white, and now you can just adjust the intensity and the direction of the gradient from here, like how you want this to be. Okay, okay. I will just reset. Okay, and you can change the alignment. You can change the settings. the spacing between them. You can just add it to your design. You can just change its color, and everything is so simple over here. So this was the first app for the gradient one. Then we have extrude. The typecraft is also an amazing feature we don't have in Canva. You can try with this as well. You can just make it curvy. You can make it curve, and it's really amazing. Then we have type lettering, type cutouts. You must try this apps. Also, there are pre-built font combinations over here, which you can try directly into designs. You can just change it as you want. And that is pretty much that's all. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. If you have any doubt or suggestion for us, please drop it in the comment section below.